Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, I'm Tanealia. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing an indie brand that I have been excited about for so long. I've been thinking about doing a new series on my channel. I talked about this on my community tab a little while back about doing kind of an indie brand series on my channel where each month I showcase a different indie brand. There have been so many independent brands that have launched some amazing products I've been wanting to try, and I thought this would be a good way to showcase the different brands, the different formulas, different products that they have to offer on my channel. In this video, we're going to be showcasing the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Dollhouse Palette. I also have the brushes. I have been talking about this palette for a while now. I've been wanting to try Blend Bunny and I've been wanting to try their formula. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Blend Bunny Cosmetics. The formula, the company as a whole, they are cruelty free. They're also vegan, which is very, very excited. Cruelty-free, vegan, amazing formula. Can't beat that. But this one is the Dollhouse Palette. Currently, Blend Bunny has 3 palettes. This one is the latest launch. There's also the Surge, and then there's one more. I cannot think of the name right now, but I will make sure that everything is listed in the description box below. If I end up just really, really loving the way this performs on my eyelids, I will definitely go back and get the other palettes. I was already excited about this palette before it even got to me, but when I did the swatches, which I will drop in here, I mainly just swatched all of the shimmers. Oh my God, the formula is so creamy and smooth, and they're very like shiny and wet looking. I cannot wait to see how they look on the eyelids. I did swatch a few of the mattes as well, mainly just to kind of see what the formula was like. Very smooth, very buttery. They look like they're going to blend very, very nicely together on the eyelids, so I'm very, very excited about that. I'm also very excited about trying out their eye brushes. There are 5. It was $32 for the brushes. Cannot remember how much it was for the palette, but like I said, everything will be listed in the description box below. The brushes came in this little black mesh carrying case. There are 5. Hopefully you can see them pretty clearly. I love the fact that they're very small and detailed and precise. When you have smaller eyelid space like me, hooded eyelids, things like that, having brushes that are kind of smaller with a little more detail is very, very helpful. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about these brushes, so definitely wanted to give them a try. If I like them, I may go ahead and grab another set as well. The handles are color coded, you know, according to the type of brush and what it's used for, and the name of the brush and numbers and everything are on the handle. So very, very excited about these as well. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids using my Colourpop Party Proof Eyelid Primer, eyeshadow primer. I've really, really been enjoying this. And then we will jump into putting together a look. And I have a look in mind that I want to kind of play with, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. Like I said, the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and prime my eyelids real quick. One of the things that I forgot to mention earlier in the video when I was talking about the palette was the way that the palette is laid out, which I think is absolutely awesome. It makes it so much easier to put together a look. Everything kind of goes down in columns, if you can see. So you have kind of a green row here, you have kind of a purpley row here, neutrals, there's blues, you can have like some purple neutrals in here, there's some like oranges, browns. I really like that. So that way, you know, if you're trying to put together a look, you're not quite sure where to begin, you can just go down in columns, and then once you're comfortable, you can just kind of mix and match. We're going to be focusing on column 1, but I think I'm going to bring in also a little bit of column 2 as well, like kind of in here as far as the mattes. The first thing I'm going to do is lay down Figure. Just really like that kind of grungy olive green tones that we have going in this column. I'm going to use the B1 blender brush, and we're going to see how that one works. I love how just soft and flexible the brushes are as well. They're not like super stiff. So I'm going to lay that just kind of around the outer part of the eye and just kind of slowly blend. And I think I want to take one of the more purpley shades and just kind of lay that in the middle. So we're going to take this and we're going to blend that. Hold on, I need to pull my mirror just a little bit closer to me so that I can see what it is that I am doing. So I'm going to lay this here and just start to slowly blend. First of all, the formula is blending like a dream. Do you see that? It's just blending itself out. I'm not really having to put in any effort. And this brush, wow. Do you see that? See, it's kind of like tapered at the end, It's kind of like a little ombre kind of effect going on with the color, but it's laying that shadow right there, right where I want to go. The shadow isn't like going all up in here where I don't want it to be. All right, so far I'm extremely impressed. I said, I don't know if you can tell, but it's really flexible. Like it's getting right in that crease area. All right, I am super excited about this. I'll do the same thing on this lid. I would definitely be doing a 2 looks video with this palette as well as something on Instagram. I was going to do a 2 looks with that Juvia's Place Culture palette, but I just recently heard about, you know, something that they said. I think it was the owner, and it was not very appropriate. And so I don't really want to kind of like push this palette, you know, not when that controversy is kind of going on at the moment. So I'm going to kind of wait, you know, make sure, get some more details on everything before I decide whether or not I want to do any more looks with that palette. But y'all, this brush, this is amazing. I swear to God, I think I may get rid of like all of my other brushes and just use these, because this is fantastic. Wow. Now I'm going to go into Madam, which is the shade right here. Hopefully my mirror isn't like blocking everything. I don't usually have it this close to me, but I can't really see what it is that I'm doing at the moment. So we're going to take this one, and this is number 4. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more precise. I'm going to lay that right in here and just softly blend. And softly taking it into the crease. This brush is smaller than the other one as far as size, but the tip is a little bit wider. It's a little bit fluffier. Wow, do you see that? How it's laying it precisely where I want it to be. I have other brushes, you know, smaller retail brushes that I really like, but none of them lay down shadow the way these are working. I am so impressed. Wow. And this shadow, this formula is blending so beautifully and so easily. Like this look is coming together really, really quickly. I'm not having to put like any effort. Like look at that. And how easily the shadow is laying down. Wow. It's been a while since I've been this excited about a formula. Definitely about brushes. I'm not usually this like super excited about makeup brushes, but wow. Okay, they need to launch a set of face brushes to go along with these eye brushes. These are incredible. Wow. Cleaning the brush on the eyeshadow switch because I want to use this one again. We're going to go back using the B1 brush, and we're going to go into Rouge. And I just want to kind of lay that towards the inner part of the eye. So like right in here, just to add a little bit of brightness. Gently blended into that first shade. I don't want them to get like muddied or anything. Wow, look at that. Wow. That is a beautiful shade. It just feels so silky and buttery on the eyelid as I'm applying it. Wow. This is stunning. And this brush, it's just so flexible. You see that? Even my most flexible brushes that I have in other brands don't bend and flex and blend the shadow the way these are. I am super impressed. Like, wow, this is blowing me away. All right, I think that's going to be it for the mattes. I do want to take something on my lower lid, so we're going to kind of go in with this brush right here. It's smaller, more precise. This is the Blender 3, and I think I want to take this one and go into, what shade do you want to do? I want to do something a little bit brighter on that bottom lash line. Let's take Hold Me, and we're going to kind of lay that down. Usually I use a very flat brush. Otherwise, shadow just kind of goes everywhere, but oh my, you see that? Wow. Usually if I use a brush this size, I just cannot get that precise application on that lower lash line, and the shadow just kind of goes everywhere. Just sitting down directly where I want it to go. Wow. 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 Yes, I have said wow 1,000 times in this video, and it is most definitely warranted. I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more Madam. I'm just going to blend just right on the outside. Man, I am so impressed. Alright, so that is going to be it for the mattes. Let's lay down a couple of shimmers real quick. I don't have any flat brushes from this brand, unfortunately, so I will have to dive into some of my other brushes. I'm going to take this one from Doe Color. And what do I want to do? I'm going to take tulle all over the eyelid and then probably go back in with lace on the inner corner. One of the things that I really liked was like lace. If you look at it in the pan, it looks like it's maybe kind of a silvery white, but when you swatch this, it looks gold. It does not look like it does in the pan. Some of the shades are more shifty as well. I loved the way they looked in the swatches. Cannot wait to see them on my eyelids. So I have a little bit of tulle on my flat brush. I'm going to start packing it on. I might have to wet it just a little bit just to get, you know, a little bit more impact. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You know, the way that it lays down with a finger may not necessarily be the way that it lays down with a brush. So, I have wet the shade. I use this Bolero face spray. This comes from from the Dollar Tree. I mainly use it just for wetting my brush for shimmers, and it works pretty well at like foiling shadows and all that, and that's beautiful. That is stunning. It's very wet looking, very jewel like. Oh, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. I cannot tell you guys how excited I was to finally order this palette. I was trying to wait until I had some other things taken care of first before I did. I am not unhappy at all. I have no regrets. This palette is freaking amazing. Wow. All right. Ooh. Now I'm going to take the smallest Blend Bunny brush, and this one is number 2, and I'm going to go ahead and go into this shade right here and lay that down in the inner corner. It's going to brighten that area. That is super shiny and wet looking. Wow. This brush just feels so soft, like I'm not making any kind of an effort. It's not like all pokey and everything. It is beautiful. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Taking a little bit down that lower lash line as well. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to throw in some liner, some lashes, something for my lips. See what I have that will go with this look, and then we will come back and do our final thought. All right, guys, final look is complete. What do you think? I am loving the way this look came out. I wanted to do like kind of a pop of green in my lower waterline, so I pulled out my Colourpop cream gel liner this is from the Lush Life collection. The shade is in Aglow. So really pretty metallic green. Thought that would look really pretty on the lower waterline. Did my wing using the Colourpop BFF liner in Numero Uno, I think is the name of the shade. My lashes are from Iconic London. Just thought these would be really beautiful, fluffy lashes to bring this eye look together. And on my lips, I lined with the Colourpop cream gel liner in Bumble. And my overall lip color is from Joah. It is EMI Velvet Lip Color. This shade is in What Would You Do? Or something like that. It's just a really pretty kind of a nudie pink. I didn't want something like too dramatic to go with the eye look. I just love the way everything came together. I am so excited about this brand. I will most definitely be ordering the other 2 palettes, and I will definitely be using them on camera, even though they're not brand new launches. I'm excited about them. I definitely want to snag them. Every matte that I used in here blended like butter. You guys saw how smooth everything was blending out. There was no effort at all in putting together this look. Slap it on, blend it out, just basically blended itself out. All of the mattes are super pigmented, yet blended, like I said, very, very easily. I didn't have any issue with patchiness, no shade, kind of stuck in one spot and then wouldn't move. It just blended like butter. These shimmers are super creamy, super wet looking. I did wet the brush. Some shimmer shadows, regardless of formula, just look better or go on better with a finger rather than a brush, or a wet brush rather than a dry brush. And I had no problems with this palette. I am so excited. It's been a while since I've been just like super, super excited about a brand. This palette was absolutely amazing. I would definitely be picking up the other two. And these eye brushes. Oh my god. I might go ahead and grab another set of these as well. I have used so many different eye brushes. I have picked up so many different ones, hoping that they would give me that preciseness that I'm needing, you know, in the detail, because I do have smaller eyelid space. None of them have worked as well as these. They're so soft and just super, super flexible. Even like the super tiny one, just so super flexible. And they blended my shadow so beautifully. They gave me that nice preciseness, that the shadow going right where I want it to be and not going all over my eyelid. Even the brush, I think it was this one that I used under the lower lash line. If I don't use something flat like this, the shadow just goes everywhere. But with this brush right here, the shadow went exactly where I wanted it to go. Right there on that lower lash line, not all down here, not everywhere else. I am so excited about the palette and these brushes. I'm going to keep these separated from all my other brushes, so I'm just going to clean them as I go along and use them pretty much anytime that I'm filming and anytime that I'm wanting to have that preciseness with my eye look. Very, very impressed. Grab this palette, guys. I highly recommend this palette. I highly recommend these brushes. If nothing else, grab these brushes. They are amazing. All right, guys, so that is the end of this exciting video. I had so much fun playing around and getting to know this brand. I cannot wait to order those other two palettes. If you enjoyed the video as much as I did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. If you're new to my channel, you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you consider hitting subscribe and join my little family. And make sure you tap the notification bell so you'll be notified of any videos coming up in the future. Also, be sure to follow me on my other socials. I am on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.